Hello everyone, welcome to this video. In this, we are talking about problem number 2165 of Leetcode, smallest value of the rearranged number. The question says, you're given an integer num, rearrange the digits of num such that its value is minimized and it does not contain any leading zeros. You have to return the rearranged number with a minimum value, minimum. Note the sign of the number does not change after rearranging the digits. Alright, so when we look at the example, let's see, number is 310 and this one is a positive number, this one's a negative number. So when you look at this number, let's say we have a negative number, let's say -1 and -2. So what we have to do here is, suppose we compare which one is the smallest, -2 is the smallest. So in case of a negative number, we can see that this example, let's say we take this example 7605. So what are the possible combinations? They are 7650, 6705, 5076, and one with starting with 0 as well. But in case of a negative number, you can see that when you rearrange them in the decreasing order, that will give you the minimum value, correct? Because suppose if we have, now we arrange this into the decreasing 7650 negative of, so this will be the answer. So in case of negative number, it is pretty simple that when you simply arrange it in the decreasing order, all the digits in a decreasing order, that will be your answer. Okay, because it anyways will not contain any leading zeros. Now let's take the example of a positive number. In case of a positive number, the number is say 13310. Okay, 310 is the number, and in this, let's have all the possible combinations. Let's say if we start from number 0, number 0 is the first one digit, then you can have either 13 or you can have 31. This is when you start from 0. Second combination, when we start from digit 1, let's say 1, then what are the possible combinations? 03 or 130. Now similarly, when you start from digit 3, the possible combinations are 301 and 310. Okay, now which one is the minimum amongst all of these numbers? Oh yeah, 013 is the minimum. Okay, but there is a twist, that you rearrange the digits such that the value is minimized and it does not contain any leading zeros. So basically, this first row will definitely be out of our, we cannot consider, we can't consider them. Okay, so the remaining ones are these numbers. So amongst these numbers, we find that 103 is the minimum and this is the answer. So how can we, in case of a negative number, it was simple that we rearrange the digits in the decreasing, but what in case of this? Even in case of in this case, it should ideally be something like we can arrange it in an ascending order, because suppose that the number would have been 145, like suppose if it would be 541, then if you arrange it in an ascending order, that would have been ideally the answer. But now we have a restriction that we can't have a leading zero. So in that case, when you think of it, we can make out that when you sort the digits of, let's say in this example 310, so the digits will be 0, 1 and 3. What we can do is, instead of having 0 at the first place, we can simply have the next smallest digit amongst all the digits after 0 as our first digit, and then we can have the 0, and the after 0 we can have the remaining digits of whatever are there in the sorted order. Right, this makes sense. So suppose if we have another example, let's say we have 95059. Suppose this, or suppose we have 2 zeros more. Okay, let's say 3 zeros. This is some example. Okay, so in this case, if we arrange it, and it's a positive number, so we arrange it in an ascending order. We have 3 zeros, we have 2 5, we have 2 9s. Okay, but this will not be the answer ideally because we don't want these leading zeros. So the simplest is take the first number that is greater than 0, the immediate number that is 5. Now place all the zeros after it. We have 3 zeros, placing 3 zeros, and now continue from this. Continue whatever are the remaining digits, which is 599. I hope this was clear and this made sense, the whole idea about it. Okay, so in short, what the algo is that if you just sort, so if the number is negative, then sort the digits in decreasing order, and if the number is positive, then sort in ascending order. But the final answer, the answer would be the first immediate number, first number after 0, then place all the zeros, be it one, how many number of zeros are there, and the remaining part of the list, So this is basically the whole idea. I hope I was clear enough. Now let's look at the code that we have. Okay, so basically what we are doing here is that this code is in Python. So basically I am just taking the number, I am converting it to a string. I basically want a list of all these digits, so I'm converting it into a list. Now I'm keeping a result array, which will be my final answer that I'm gonna store. Now as I just said, if the number is less than 0, I just sort it in the reverse order. That means reverse is 2, means it sorts in the decreasing order, and I just I multiply it by -1 because this number is negative and I want to return the negative part of it. Also, if you don't know what this means, this part means that since this list li is containing all the strings of it, so I'm just basically this part dot join means that I just want to have it convert the list into a string. This simply means that, and this string I'm just converting it to an integer. It's not really complicated, it's very simple. Just returning the integer, converting it into an integer, and returning into the multiplying it by -1. Else, if the number is negative, I am sorting it again, but this is going to be ascending order, so just simply list dot sort. Now if this is now if you want to just check that if the number is 0, do you have any leading zeros? Yes, if you have it, and let's say there are more than 2 digits in the whole list, then we just want to count the number of zeros, right? This part of code counts the number of zeros in the list. So in this example, when you see the count will be equal to 3 zeros. Okay, so that while loop is for counting the number of zeros, and you pick up this first digit, that is 5. So I will be equal to that. Now the final answer temp, this will be equal to the list of I. List of I means this is going to be equal to the first greater digit after 0 that is occurring in that list, plus the count. We just calculated how many zeros are there in the list, so we just do 0 into count, means this will actually just have that many number of zeros, and we just simply return. I just told, so this particular thing, that means 5 plus the 3 zeros, just I'm referring that example, 5 plus the 3 zeros plus the whole rest of the list. So this I plus 1 is referring to the rest of the numbers that are present in the list, and now I'm just returning that. And suppose if you don't have the zeros, then simply the answer is you sort it in an ascending order and you just return the list. Fine. I hope that was clear enough. And because we are sorting, the time complexity will be O of n log n, and space is O of n because we are storing it in a list. Thank you so much for watching. Please do like, share and subscribe. Thank you so much.